Have I got one?
Yeah.
I actually think this is a really good question from Tomic Limov. How to know how much to train? You've kind of answered it a lot, but just I think that is a good question. How do you know? Is there any way you could tell someone a good way of calculating whether they're doing too much or too little?
So generally, we follow a 3-on, 1-off. So 3 weeks of building, 1 week of reloading, we'll call it, where we can coach new movements at a lower intensity to let your body recover. That way, almost everyone can fit into that. So if you work hard for 3 weeks, take 1 week at a lower intensity, like 60%, then that generally works.
Nice.
If you want to optimize it and you're new to training, just fucking blast it as hard as you feel the desire to until you don't make any progress. But the point is, don't continue without quantifying progress. And what we saw a lot of in CrossFit was people training for years and years and years and just going through the motions and making no progress.
Right.
Maybe they didn't have the desire to, but if you really want progress, you got to quantify it. So test yourself. So like, for instance, if you were doing squats twice a week and you're new to squatting, you'll make gains quick. Add 2.5 kilos each time and you might go 6 months and still get stronger. Why take time off? But don't go 6 months if your gains stop after 3 weeks. Take time off, reset, change the movement, change the stimulation.
Right.
So what we do is the 3 weeks, then the week off to reload, coach new movements, new stimulation. So there's an old school strength training camp, Westside Barbell.
God, this documentary on that is so good.
Yeah. So the conjugate method was as much juice as you can possibly have. Then after that,
Can you take a clip of that?
max.
That's the clip that goes.
Yeah, without that.
No context.
Get that straight out of context, yeah.
And then it's key lifts and maxing out all of the time. And as soon as you stop maxing out, change. Don't like even deload because there's not so much gear. You just change the stimulus. So what your body does is it tries to get into a state of comfort. So when you give it stress, it then gets used to the stress because that's why we're brilliant organisms. So then you have to change it and re-stress it. If it's still making progress to adapt to the stress, keep giving it the stress.
It's funny you say that because I've literally just started doing that in my own training journey. So I'm just enjoying, like, I hate the word bodybuilding because it's just not me. Like, look at me, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I'm enjoying like trying to bulk. So I've gone from this like really regimented, right? Let's say choosing an exercise. Okay, dumbbell chest press. 32s. That's what I do. I do 10 reps. I do 10 reps.
Are you flexing here? 32s, 10 reps.
All right, 20. No, so 32s, 10 reps, and I do 3 sets. And then I'd just be like, cool, done it. And then I'd do that for 2 months. And then I'd go up to 34. So that's my old way. And then I just started, there's a YouTuber called Sam Sulek.
Yeah.
Right?
He is well on it. Yeah.
He's killing it at the moment.
He's a daily guy.
Daily guy. But like,
Yeah.
I just like his content. But also,
It's just so real.
it's just real.
You
But I
know.
just started watching him. And the way he trains is going back to what you just said. So he'll go to the gym without any like, oh, I'm going to do this today. It's just be like, I'm just going to go and do what I feel. And it's made it way more fun for me because I'm not really an analytical guy. Like, it was cool. I was filling out my little thing, 32, 10 reps. You know, 8th and 10th rep felt a little easier than they did a week before. Cool, very good, very good.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, right, I'm just going to do maybe a bit heavier, but only do 5 and just absolute fail.
Yeah.
Again, and then stop. And I've just
So
like...
I've mostly been like that. And
Right.
that's probably why I got hooked on CrossFit. Because
Yeah.
it was so different. And whatever I was doing in the early days was improving my benchmark workouts until they stopped improving. And then I found a need that actually I need to be a better Olympic weightlifter.
Right.
So it's good to a point, and maybe as a bodybuilder, brilliant because you're not performance related.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for progress on a reason why you're doing a particular movement, say squats, and say you have a 6-month off season, like actually the reason why I want to get stronger on squats, not bigger.
Yeah.
But stronger is so that that can adapt into power through the pedal.
Yeah.
Or holding a position for an extended amount of time on the bike. So then when you have that goal there, then you might need more structure. But ultimately the conditioning side, so what you're doing is what we call assistance movements, where you're building strength in a functional way in different ways that aren't like particularly
not
quantifiable to sport.
Yeah.
What we tend to do is like the compound lifts, the main crux of your strength training, but then take the best bit of CrossFit and do the assistance work in a conditioning piece.
Right.
So then you're getting those gains as well as fitness and function that relates to the bike. So you're maximizing your time, and that's the magic really of the program, is not the squat progress or the pressing foundation, because you can find that stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
And I urge people to do that.
Yeah.
Find a good program to follow, or do what you're doing for a little while and get into the gym, see how you feel, and be like, oh, my legs are a bit sore from that other session. I'm going to focus a little bit on upper body. Like, go in educated before you get there, maybe, as well.
Yeah, totally.
So look at some Instagram stuff, not all the fancy shit.
No.
But like, try not to neglect any area.
And it goes, for me, it all goes back to, and also similar to what you were saying, it's just got to be sustainable.
Yeah.
Like if you drive into the gym like I do every day, Monday to Friday, excited, like, fuck, I can't wait to this. Like I'm looking forward to it. I got a podcast to listen to, or some heavy music that I like putting on. Like that to me is, as soon as that stops, then you stop, then you go do something else. Like you just go for a ride or like whatever it could be. So yeah, just keeping it sustainable as well, and that style of training now has made it even more sustainable, because I'm just like,
you're excited for it.
So
you need
fun.
to be excited for it, and that's why like the best program based on
Is
science.
the one you'll do.
The best program's the one you do consistently.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, because they might be really shit.
Matty Baker, 1985. What is the stupidest bit of fitness or nutrition advice you've ever been given?
That I've ever been given.
If you want to see more, just click here, is it?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
up there. Should be up there.
About there.
Yeah, about
and
there.
then there's other ones here.
Other ones there that you might like.
We're all looking after each other, and that's Christmassy, and that's the Ride Companion.